What's going on, everyone? Welcome. This is the Warehouse Series. So I just wanted to put a quick video out this morning. I woke up to a few things that we're going to go over. Guys, if you want to join Discord, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to help to support the channel by donating to Venmo, it's much appreciated. So with that being said, let's get to what I want to talk about. All right, guys, so I get messages every day, private messages constantly, and all three of these turned into a conversation. And then I said, you know what, if I got three people that contacted me about this, then I am going, because what happens is, like in the past, I say, hey, I don't want to work overtime anymore. I can't stand working overtime. I don't want to be at my work any longer than I have to be. And then I go and put a video out like yesterday where I tell you guys I'm working 12-hour days for as far as the eye can see. Then people start getting curious, like, hey, I'm not working overtime. I'm following what you said. So I just want to go over a little bit of that. Now, I have touched on this in the past, so I just want to go over that again. Why are you working the overtime? I thought you said it's a thing in the past. Sucks that you have fewer videos coming up, but you got to handle your business, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not saying that I'm not going to put out more than videos than once a week. I'm definitely going to try if the time allows me to do so. All right, so with that being said, guys, things to consider when you're working overtime. Now, I have worked overtime in the past, and I got addicted to it, and I have worked it for many, many years, and I was in debt all the time. And then I actually, about 10 years ago, paid off over $100,000 in debt. And unfortunately, if you do not stay on top of your finances and you do not write things down and you are very careless with your money, like I have been in the last 10 years, my kids are older now. So, things come up, house comes up, we moved. And the house that we moved into needed a lot of work to it. So we ended up going, taking loans out to help get this house fixed up. We needed a bigger house because I have two boys that are autistic, and we needed that bigger house to live in. So we wanted to make that move while we were still young. And so we did that, and we accumulated a lot of debt just in the last 3.5 years that we've been living here. Guys, so basically, these are the things that you want to consider. First and foremost, set goals. All right, so I'm setting a goal I'm hoping in a year and a half that we get down to a mortgage. I want to pay off all of our debts down to a mortgage. And guys, when you want to be focused on something like this, you want to go 120%. And that is what I'm doing. I'm dedicating myself to working overtime, hopefully in a year and a half, and that's it. I have a couple loans that are already going to run out in less than that time. So I know they're going to be eliminated on their own. So the ones that are not going to be eliminated on their own in a year and a half, those are the ones I'm attacking. Those are the loans I'm going after, or whatever, car loan, I have one car loan. Those are the ones I'm attacking. All right. Other than that, my other two cars are paid off. I'm working on my third car. We'll get that paid off as well. So guys, and I put on here, don't choose work over family when you're doing something like this, when you're in the mindset of this. And what do I mean by that? Guys, eventually, obviously you can't, say that to everything. I'm talking like sporting events, stuff like that. When your kids are in stuff when they're younger, like I said, my kids are all late teens now. When your kids are into stuff when they're younger, do not miss those events. Do not miss the wrestling matches, the dance recitals, whatever it is. Do not pick overtime over watching them do what they're going to do, as a kid, because it comes once and it comes quick and it's gone, and you do not want to miss those memories. And the other thing is to stay focused. When you are focused on something at hand, you're not going on vacation, you're not going and buying another car, you're not adding debt on to your current situation, because we are trying to eliminate that debt. Because I tell you guys all the time, overtime should be short-lived. Too many people at my work have been working overtime every day for 20, 30 years. It's ridiculous. You do not want to get away from being home and enjoying your life. You have one life. You do not want to spend the whole damn life at work. So short-lived, stay focused, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And as soon as I am done doing what I want to do, I am done. I'm not going to work it anymore unless something comes up and we need the money, and then I will work it again. I have not worked over a lot of overtime in years. So I am definitely focused here, and I'm going to be going back at it again to make sure that we get down to a mortgage. So why all of a sudden am I real gung-ho about getting down to a mortgage? And that is because I have said in the past that I'm not aware of the future of my company. I think truly that our company will sell, or something drastic is going to happen, because we are having a lot of trouble maintaining employees to do what we have to do in there. Not to mention that we are a lot slower during, like, this is Memorial Day weekend, and we are a lot slower at work than we usually have been in the past. The case count has been down over the years. So something, I believe the writing is on the wall at our work. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope I retire from there. But if I don't and something happens, I want to make sure that I'm in a situation where when I leave, I can go somewhere else and be comfortable. And I don't think I would be going to another warehouse. I actually just told I think I'm just going to do like landscaping. I'll do my own little side business and go cut grass or something. I like working outside, and I don't mind shoveling snow and doing stuff in the wintertime. So maybe I'll do something like that. But in order to do something like that, I got to get myself down to a mortgage early. And that is why I am doing what I'm doing. So with that being said, I also want to, someone asked about flowers, so I want to go over flowers real quick. All right, now I do have a video that I put out, probably one of my first few videos that I put out on flowers. Now I recently changed all the thumbnails, tried to make them more attractive for my earlier videos. I have no idea which video was the flower one. So if you guys know which video I was talking about flowers on, please post it. So Ricky P posted this, and I shaded this out a little bit. So what I'm trying to say is, now with flowers, I always call them stacked flowers. And now we have a lot of the taller boxes of flowers. We don't get a lot of these flatter boxes that often, but I like to call them stacked flowers. I just find it to be a lot easier, and this is why, because you don't get to utilize the whole pallet whenever you're building with these boxes. And when you go to tie them in, this is the result you get. Now, you still got a pretty solid pallet here, but to me, this is more time consuming. So what I like to do is take these boxes and match them up, because they're all different lengths and sizes. So maybe, just the highlighted area right here is the red side. That's where I would stack my flowers. I would try to column stack them. Sometimes these boxes tend to lean because there'll be like a lump on one side. I lean them inwards. I hope that makes sense. If you throw flowers, you probably know what I'm talking about. The top of these flat boxes right here, they're not always level. So whatever side is like rocking to, I rock them into each other. So if I'm stacking two side by side, I'm going to have them leaning into each other, and I'm just going to stack them straight up the pallet, pick a side of the pallet, because you have all this stuff coming afterwards. The blue shaded area is where I'm saving those cases for, because all these boxes could easily be stacked over here and probably sort of tied in as well. I mean, it looks like these boxes would be very easy to tie in as well, and they're all candy, so it doesn't matter if you're going to put one up on end and stuff like that. So I hope that helps and that makes sense. Like I said, tying in is a good way to do it, but we don't get to utilize the whole pallet. I would try column stacking these. So we're going to look at your next picture that you posted. So once again, so picture this as being your column stacked, and then you're going to have the opportunity to get boxes and then top it off with boxes if you need to do so. But like all these white boxes right here, all this stuff, I would just go facing inwards, or if you have to run this direction, depending on the size of the box, but I would just stack it up. I've actually seen people column stack these by themselves and then wrap that column by itself. They just keep it more sturdy, and then get your candy boxes and stack all around it. Because this is a little tricky that you have candy that comes after flowers. And when you have a lot like this, that is what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for some columns going on here, maybe on one side of the pallet, and possibly tying in. You could possibly still tie in, because if we get a level layer, even if you want to do just the one side of your pallet, if we get a level layer, then maybe we could run some this way as well. But I would try to leave at least a half a pallet exposed for the candy. I think it'll be a lot more easier to stack that way. It's kind of tricky because, look, I mean, you got like a lot of different size cases here, so it's kind of hard to so I hope that helps a little bit. Try column stacking them is what I'm trying to say, and see if that helps you. Let me know if it does, and take more pictures of your flowers, and I could try to help you. And I'm curious, Ricky, do you have the tall flowers too, like the real tall ones that have to stay upright? So that's what I want to say about the flowers. All right, guys, quick video today. Not as quick as I wanted it to be, but quick enough, I guess. Like I said, hopefully that helps with the flowers. And guys, remember, when you're working overtime, you got to have goals. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.